Welcome all to today's class on Asylum and Extradition for Public International Law. This is Dr. K. Sangeeta. First, we will see the introduction. Extradition is needed when an individual charged with a crime in one state flees to another state. In this case, the requesting state requests its citizens to be sent back so that he or she can stand trial for their crimes. Asylum is when a person who is afraid of being persecuted in his home state runs away to another state for protection. In this case, asylum case is Colombia versus Peru. It was held by the court that they are exclusive and there is either extradition or asylum. What is extradition? Extradition is the process of bringing back a criminal to the state where he has committed the crime when he has absconded from such a country. Many may ask the question of why it is important to bring him back to the country where he has committed the crime. Why cannot he just be tried in the country he has been caught in? The reason it is important to bring him back because there are different legal proceedings in different countries. The country in which he has committed the crime may try him differently. It may also be the case that he has absconded or run away from the middle of the legal proceedings. It is essential to bring him back in order to finish the trial. The evidence and the witness are also present in that country. It is also to prevent the trend of international criminals. Some criminals hop from country to country committing crime. Through extradition, justice can be brought by bringing them back to their country they have committed the crime and for punishing them because their municipal laws would be strong. When you see the difference between expulsion and extradition, first, extradition, it happens when the country requests for a fugitive to be returned. Government is subjected to certain rules such as treaties, rule of speciality, double criminality. They also have the right to reject or request an extradition. In India, extradition is governed by Extradition Act 1962. Expulsion or deportation happens when an individual violates immigration laws. The government has an unrestricted right to expel. They don't need to serve a so-called notice for the foreigner. In India, expulsion is governed by the Foreigners Act 1946. In the case of Hansmuller versus Nuremberg versus Superintendent Presidency Jail, Calcutta and others in 1955, it was stated that the extradition and expulsion are two different processes. The court also held that the government has the right to reject a request for extradition. It is also having the right to choose the less cumbersome process of expulsion to remove a foreigner from the country. The latest case laws, you could know the Kingfisher owner Vijay Mallya and the diamond merchant who ran away after committing crime of economy. That is, they have borrowed a huge amount of money from various banks and they were unable to repay them, and so they left to other country in protecting themselves from the municipal law. No extradition of a political criminal. The trend of no extradition of a political criminal started during the French Revolution. After that, the other countries followed the suit. No commission or organization has defined what a political crime is. This word is also not defined under international law. But in own words, we can say that if a person commits a crime with a political motive, then that crime can be said to be a political crime. In the case of Recastini case, a prisoner was charged with the murder of Luigi Rossi. The murderer escaped from Switzerland to England. The government of England rejected Switzerland's request to extradition. The court held that the accused murdered in order to cause a political disturbance and thus the crime of political nature. Due to the fact that he is a political criminal, England was not obliged to extradite him. But on the contrary, in Remunier 1894's case, a fugitive who blasted a bomb in public place in Paris fled to England. Paris wanted him back to England, but England refuses their request of extradition. The court ruled his intentions were not purely political and he had thus not committed any political crime.